In this video, I want to show you how we got 570 leads and 1055 new followers with one single post. And this was a completely free method. So no, I didn't use ads, didn't pay for leads. I didn't use Sales Navigator. And that's because I used a lead magnet post. So in this video, I'll show you three things. Number one, the impact that you can expect from it, your business. Number two, how to build one. And number three, mistakes to avoid so you can make a lead magnet post faster and also convert more leads. Now, first, so we can be on the same page, what on earth is a lead magnet post, right? So, one of these is when people ask you, hey, comment this keyword and I will send you something for free. Now, the reason that's valuable, especially on LinkedIn, it's because of the way the algorithm works. Because the algorithm recommends you more content based on the amount of people commented on your post. So comments on LinkedIn are a pretty big deal. And when you say, hey, comment next keyword, now it signals the algorithm that the post is valuable because many people are engaging, and it keeps showing it and showing it your content to more and more. And that's why it can have a really good reach without needing to pay or boost the post with ads. Now, there's some people who really love them, others who are a big skeptic about implementing it into their business. But I personally really wanted to try it because I got mentors who were using them a lot and religiously to grow their businesses. And one of them got to $3 million in revenue, and the other one to around $12 million in annual revenue. So I want to give you all the tools if you want to implement this. Here's a step-by-step of how it would look like. You say people, hey, comment AI, brand, something, and I'll send it to you. So after they do that, of course, now you take their profiles, send them a DM. You include in your message the link, but not the link directly to a PDF or the Notion document, not the link directly to your freebie. Should be a link to a landing page where they have to put their email in. And once they do that, of course, after they get redirected to the freebie. But the good thing about this is that one, they have to connect with you so you can actually send them the DM. That's how LinkedIn works. So for that reason, to show you one example, when we did this, we got 1,055 new followers just with that post because around 500 people connected in the first day and around 400 on the second day. And this number is actually bigger because I'm just considering the first 48 hours. But even after that, during the weeks, it keeps working and working. And if I show you a different example to the one I presented you in the screen before, this one got 560 people sign up, and these are actually leads. And you can, of course, get less than 500 leads, or you can even get much more than that. But this is just an average I wanted to give you to prove that it definitely works. And if you want to build this, and now you might be like, okay, Celestia, but how do I build one? Good question. For that, we need to break this down into parts. Number one, how to get the idea. And number two, how to create the lead magnet once you have that idea. Okay, so let's go to part number one, how you can get your lovely high performing idea. And if there's only one thing that you can take away from this, it's the idea that one solution should reveal a new problem. So there are three main ways of how you can do that. The first one is a diagnosis. And we can think about what new problem you can reveal from the freebie that you're going to create. So I have a client that is in real estate, and we can use him for an example because we were thinking of an idea of a lead magnet, and real estate actually gives you some tax benefits. And with that in mind, we can be like, okay, what we can build? Maybe we can build a calculator that tells someone, okay, so here's based on your country and based on your income, here's how much you can save in taxes, or here are your tax benefits. And now, if you would like to actually have those benefits, guess what? You could invest with us. Now, second thing, it's one of a multi-step process. So to give you another example, I have a lead magnet I'm going to show you later that I did about how to optimize your LinkedIn post or your LinkedIn profile. So if we really think about that, okay, you optimize your LinkedIn profile, but guess what? Now you also need help with content and you need help making that content convert. So you can work with me because my whole business is about how we can build conversion systems through content to help founders close more high ticket deals. Now, the final one is borrow social proof. And I'm also going to show you examples of these below. But one thing you need to keep in mind is that I've seen this one performing really, really well on LinkedIn. It's actually one of the top performing ones, I would say. And the reason for that is because it's also pretty useful if you are a beginner, because you don't have to fight to have social proof. You can use someone else as the main element of curiosity. So let's say that I write landing pages for product launches, and in that way, I can go to one landing page from Apple. And then I break down, hey, here is why this landing page is a winner. Here are three elements that it's using to have much more conversions. So now it's going to be interesting because they are the main social proof, and you're just breaking that down as you're a student. Now, these are the buckets and the categories that you should be considering for your idea of the lead magnet. But now I have to show you how to create the formatting and the package for that idea because main problem that I've seen is that yes, you have a really powerful lead magnet, but because you present that in like a not really good way, the envelope of that idea doesn't get the attention, so you don't get views, you get crickets, no one comments, and wasted your time. So I'm gonna show you how that format should be made so we can avoid that. And the one thing we need to consider, of course, it's your presentation. And there's many things that I can say about these. How do you create your image? How do you write your copy? uh, like many things. So if you want my help on structuring your first lead magnet post so you can test it by yourself, I will leave a link in the description so you can apply for a one-on-one call with me. This one-on-one call, it's only for founders who already have a high ticket offer, meaning something that's over $1,000. You're an, you're that type of founder, then I'll love to talk with you and I can help you to craft this first lead magnet. But if you are just starting with your business, I'm gonna give you one idea of the presentation because this is the key. So we have different types of hooks. We have the text hook, which is the one that starts at the beginning of every single post. But we also have the visual hook, which is one of the most important things because it's a thing that uses more space in the screen. When you're scrolling, it's actually more likely that you see the image first rather than the hook that you see in the text. And really, you don't have to skip this because after working with my clients, I've noticed that if they don't include this image or they don't follow any of the three formats that I'm going to show you, they don't see results. And I'm not saying that you're not going to see results if you don't follow this, but following it actually makes you be more likely to see success. So, I want you to win. That's why I'm explaining this to you. Now, after that important disclaimer, the first format hook that we are going to see is the preview. Something in common with this preview is that you kind of build a map of everything that is inside. Let's say that it's a framework, it's a system, it's a step by step. So you will build a map like I'm doing here in Miro that I'm going with you, sharing it with you like the images, connections with arrows, things like this, right? But you put it in an image so now people can see like, oh my god, this is a lot of information. This looks like lots of images. Looks like this person really invested a lot of time to put these little squares with text here. But even if you see the image, it's so small that you cannot read a single thing. So that's what you want to do. And I was seeing this pattern, of course, and then I did mine with the same preview. So To be honest with you, I have no idea of what image I should create. And I actually didn't use this image to show anything um, inside of the freebie. But I was like, okay, so this thing that I want to break down, it's a series of steps. So I can just put those series of steps in images, then put some arrows, and that's going to be my visual hook. And to be fair, it got around 1,000 comments. So it worked. Now, that's the preview. Second thing, it's the visual overload. And this is pretty fun because it can be a video or a gift. But regardless of what you choose, the main thing of the visual overload is that lots of things are happening in the screen. So let's say you have a really long PDF or a really long list, and now you would be scrolling through all that list to show that there's actually a lot of effort and a lot of info into that lead magnet. So show you this example, let's go to this link. If you see this, I'm giving away a prompt and I did this gift, and you see that a lot of things are happening on the screen. And again, it got around 1,000 comments for this lead magnet. Now, to show you the other example that I put, so title, because that's the hook of the text at the top, is color blue. And then below, it's just a video of the prompt working, and you're like, oh my god, a lot of things are happening. I see a chart, I see a bigger list, so I'm definitely gonna get lots of content ideas, which is the goal of this lead magnet. And this one, it got 723 comments. I also think it was good. And now let's go to the third type of hook, which is the image slash evidence. Now, this is really, really important, okay? Because I'm saying image slash evidence. And the reason for that is because when I show this to a client of mine, he was like, okay, so I can create an image. And then he created an AI picture of what the post was about. It was like something to help you have better productivity during your week. So he created an AI image of how productivity would look like. But that's why I'm saying slash evidence, because that AI image doesn't represent evidence of how the lead magnet works in real life. Now, to show you two successful examples, you see this is mine and this other is from one of my clients. He got 4,000 comments on this one, which was more than my 2,000 comments. But some element of similarity is that we're using the third type of idea for lead magnets, which is to borrow social proof, right? And for that reason, we are using these faces of other creators in the main image here, the visual hook. Is using faces. Both of us are doing that because these are 100 viral templates from top creators and business owners. Now, final thing we need to consider that complements the image is the hook that you put at the top of your post. So one thing that I really like to do is to mention from the beginning that this thing is free. If I zoom into my image, you see I'm saying you have 100 viral LinkedIn post templates, and yes, it's free. So at all times, I'm trying to make obvious that this is a lead magnet because not a lot of people actually read till the end of one post. You have to make it deadly obvious from the beginning. And the other thing, which is also pretty useful to do, is to put numbers. As much as you can, put numbers in your hooks. If you see these, both guys actually use the same template, and I think that's part of the reason. Both of them put a lot of effort, use the same format. Both of them got 10,000 comments. But they are starting with, I spent 72 hours, and the other guy saying, I spent the last 4 weeks breaking down these world famous 19 billion marketing funnel, which is Stripe. Both of them are using numbers. If you see here, I also used the 100. And Alessandro, in this case, he said, we studied around 9,000 LinkedIn creators and 195 sponsored posts. So numbers either for your effort or for the social proof you have. And as I was saying, if you need more help on your idea for the lead magnet, how to craft the copy, the image connected to your offer, I'll be leaving the link in the description or a free building call where I can help you to do that. But you have to apply below. Now, from there, let's jump into the final thing that I want to help you with, which are the main mistakes that you can get when you build one. First thing you need to consider is that people either pay with their money or they pay with their time. So if you can build a lead magnet that's like a cheat sheet or a calculator, something that's concise, that'll be the most ideal thing because let's say I have a workshop and I put the recording of that workshop and I give it away as a lead magnet. It can work, yes, but it's not really likely that people are gonna consume that till the end. And I'm saying this because most of my clients, when we work together, the main idea they have is, hey, Celeste, I'm gonna build like a 5-day email sequence, or I'm gonna build an ebook that is 30 pages long or 50 pages long. And that's good, definitely. But at the beginning, it'll be the most ideal thing if it can be concise. Also, because you don't know if that lead magnet is actually going to work. So the less effort you can implement into it while keeping it extremely good quality, that's going to be the sweet spot. Now, second mistake that I've seen, it's having the copy of your lead magnet being super long. Because yes, it's a freebie and you might put a lot of effort and the story of your struggles and that now you finally found the solution that would solve A, B, and C. But if it's a huge Bible, again, people don't read till the end, they just scan. So it's very likely just people are not going to read all that story. And the more concise you can build your description, the better. And now the next thing is to put the link in your post and not ask people to comment. And this is not, entirely bad, but it's just the most optimal thing because if you ask people to comment, then it's just going to signal the algorithm that it's valuable and it'll keep expanding your reach more and more. And there is something that my clients often ask me, and it's, hey, Celeste, but I saw this post and it had the link. But yes, if you see that, you would have to double check if this post was edited because what we often do is that after 48 hours when it was published, now we can edit and put the link so we don't have to be on top of who commented and to who we have to send the lead magnet to. And related to that, I just want to say one final thing, which is to don't give away your freebie without putting an email wall. And by that I mean this little landing page that I showed you at the beginning, where you have to ask people to put their email, and only after they put the email, now you unlock the freebie for them. Because in that way, you will unlock more opportunities. Because if you think, okay, what is a lead? A lead is a person that you can contact, and an engaged lead is a person that shows interest. So them are showing interest, and now you'll be able to contact them through email because you're requesting that, and through the DMs. And having one landing page like this, it's super simple because all you have to do is to go to Beehive, in my case, because that's what I use. But I also really love Kit, and that's why I recommend to my clients Kit, which was previously ConvertKit. You just have to search for email marketing softwares, and Kit especially gives you free landing pages without needing a website, without needing to pay, because that's a free feature they have. And like in 5 minutes, you can have something like this. And with all those warnings, now you have the system to create your lead magnet post. If you have any questions, you can leave it in the comments or book your free building call and I'll help you there. And as always on this channel, my mission is to break down for you AI and content strategies used to build business empires. So if you're interested in that, follow for more and I'll see you in the next one.